Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name's Erin. I am a second-year urology resident, and I do videos on this channel about medicine, med school, residency, kind of everything. Today we are going to do a video about burnout. Burnout is a huge topic in the medical community, especially now with the pandemic hitting kind of like the 2-year mark. People are talking about burnout among physicians, nurses, just pretty much anyone in the medical community in general. And I want to talk about how I deal with burnout and some tips that I've picked up in my 2 years of residency. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please don't forget to subscribe. Let's jump in. So for us, and I think for a lot of surgical residency programs, second year is one of the hardest years of residency. We hold the consult pager during the day and are on call pretty much like every other night and every other weekend. So, you know, we do a lot of call, we are working a lot, and it's just a really, really busy year, and a lot of people are prone to burnout. I think for me, you know, I'm starting to hit that point where maybe I'm feeling it a little bit, just, you know, a little past the halfway mark of second year, and then also in the winter, which I really think affects me a lot. And I'm just kind of starting to hit that point where I'm like, I'm feeling a little burnt out, which I think is totally normal. And I've been doing some things to help deal with it. I made a list. So it's fitting that I made a list of the things that I'm working on to help me deal with the burnout, because a lot of what I am doing to help deal with the burnout is making lists. I have a couple lists on my phones. One is things to look forward to, and I just have like a list of things to look forward to. I check them off when I have done them, and I add as more things come up. And they're big things and small things. So like certain TV shows or movies that I'm excited to come out are on there. A big trip that I'm going on in May is on there. Like some weddings that I'm going to. I want to paint my nails, so I'm looking forward to doing that. I got my hair done last week, and that was on there. So a lot of just things to look forward to. And when I'm kind of stuck and having a bad day, or just feeling like, oh, like what am I doing this, like what am I doing, I look at this list and I kind of get myself out of that funk a little bit. Another list is things of what I'm working towards, and I'll include like pictures on there of things that I am excited about, or like that I want in my life that I'm manifesting. This is both personal, career, just kind of in general. Like one is being respected by my colleagues for my decision making and surgical skills. So just like things on there, and I'll look at this when I want to kind of think about the bigger picture and think about what these hard days are going towards, and that helps me kind of keep everything in perspective. Also, making to-do lists and checking them off helps me a lot. Breaking things down into small digestible pieces. I was listening to a podcast today that talked about like how trying to attack everything at once, sometimes you just don't want to even start, so you don't do it. So I like to break things down into small digestible pieces. You can break a task down into 3, 4 different like subtasks, and that helps a lot. And then checking things off really, really helps me. I remember back when I was doing a lot of bullet journaling, that would be like my whole thing, like just checking things off, going through days, like filling in my little like mood color, or like what I worked out doing that day really helped me, and I loved doing that. And I don't really have time to bullet journal right now, but maybe like once I start to get a little more time, that is something that I would want to start doing. Now I just do everything on my phone with my millions of lists. Kind of less of a list that I have on my phone, but just something I think about on the daily is things I'm grateful for. I've really tried to start doing this more every day, and what made me start thinking about this is I realized I've kind of gotten I've gotten to where I wanted to be in life. You know, like I've dreamed of becoming a doctor, I dreamed of becoming a surgeon. When I was in medical school, I was like, I hope I match into urology, and I've gotten there. I've gotten those things. And I think it's useful to look back and realize what you have, and realize where you've gotten, and realize what you're grateful for, instead of like looking towards the future and realizing how much further there is to go. Just sometimes looking back and realizing what you've done, and realizing just like what you're grateful for, again, just helps put everything into perspective. Kind of some more concrete things that I like to do, kind of doing like a reset really helps me if you have the time. Even if it's like an evening where, for me, it's like cleaning the house, cooking a good meal, like getting like food for the week. I don't really cook that much, but my boyfriend will cook, so he helps out with that. Like doing a really good self-care while I like do my nails, wash my hair, wash my sheets, like light a candle, just having a big reset and like getting back into the swing of things, starting new, always kind of helps balance things out and then get you ready for like tackling the week ahead. Sometimes I just like to dissociate. I will listen to a good book on tape or a good podcast and just get out of my own head. If I'm feeling particularly down about like where I am in life, or I don't know, just having like a feeling where I'm just like I need to escape, dissociating, while maybe not the healthiest thing, helps me. For me, like watching movies and TV is okay, but sometimes that actually makes me feel worse. But doing things while I'm listening to a podcast or a really good book, I feel like it's a little productive, even though it's probably the same thing as watching TV or a movie, but I feel like I'm like getting like some good knowledge, even though I listen to true crime and like Colleen Hoover books, but just helps me like get out of my life and just get away for a minute. Having hobbies outside of your job or whatever is your main source of burnout, I think is also a really good way to combat burnout. For me, YouTube is a really good way. It's something that when I don't have to be focused on my job, something else I can focus on, so I'm not thinking about my job all the time. It's something fun, but like also something that I feel like is building for me, and I'm hoping to take places, and it helps me kind of have other interests and other hobbies and not just fully immerse myself in my job. It just gives me other things to think about, even when I don't have time to like go out to dinner, or I don't have the energy to go out and have drinks or something. I can like tinker with my YouTube channel or tinker with video ideas. Again, I have like a full list of video ideas that I want to do, a lot. So just like having something else to think about, again, just helps take your mind off things. When I was talking about this video, my boyfriend was joking, oh, complain should be on there, but I really do think sometimes just complaining and just venting about your life or like what's causing you burnout or their stress can help. And even if someone can't sympathize, they can empathize, whatever it is. Even though like maybe they haven't been in the same situation, they can just kind of listen to your frustrations, be a helping hand. Misery loves company. And sometimes, while that's not useful all the time, and I'm really trying not to do that as much, even though I do, sometimes it's good. Sometimes it feels nice to just get it all out. Finally, I know this is going to sound very, very weird, but I saw this TikTok that was like, try to romanticize your life. And sometimes I think this kind of is a good way to tie everything together, but I really try to do that. And that makes me, again, feel better about my life. So I'll, like think of myself like I'm in a movie or I'm in Grey's Anatomy and like romanticize that, or think of it as like, oh, someone's watching, like how do I make my life look like what I want it to be? And that just helps me reframe everything instead of, oh, like everything's bleak, everything's dismal, I'm tired, I'm burnt out. It helps me kind of look at everything through a fresh lens, and even though it's kind of fake it till you make it, it works. So yeah, that's it. If you guys have any good tips for burnout, please let me know. I would love to adopt more of them into my life, especially while I'm kind of ending second year. So that would be greatly appreciated. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope some of these are helpful for you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.